Hey guys, we're going to be talking about terms, what they are, and then how to add and identify like terms. So to begin, we need to define really what is a term, right? And so we can see here by this definition that a term, or terms of an algebraic expression, these are separated by plus and minus signs, right? So I've got a little problem right here for us. I've got x plus 2y plus 3x plus 5 minus 7y minus 2. Who wants to tell me how many terms we got here? Let's see, hands. Yes, Luna. How many terms do you see? 6? Well, you're correct. Yeah, that's exactly right? Because we can see, look, we've got x, then a plus sign. So, right, there's 1. There's our first term. We've got 2y separated, both sides. We've got plus and minus, plus sign. So that's our second term. Third term, fourth term, fifth term, and sixth term, right? So, yeah, we have 6 terms here. I'm going to go ahead and just erase those guys. And we can see that because they are separated by those plus and minus signs. Okay, well, then what if we wanted to combine this, right? What if we wanted to simplify? Well, what we need to do is we need to identify like terms, right? And we see that up here. We see like terms. Like terms are going to be terms that share the same variable, and that variable needs to be of the same power. Now, we don't need to really worry about the power of the variable yet, but we'll get there eventually. So I'm just looking at this, and I'm going to use this to go, hey, look, I see an x. Are there any other x's? Copper, yes. Where do you see? Oh, yeah, a 3x. Thank you, sir. Yep, there's a 3x. Anything else with an x? No, you're right. So I've got an x and a 3x. I'm going to put those next to each other. Now, what other interesting things do you guys notice out there? Yes, Luna, you see a y, correct? Yeah, there's a 2y, and I'm going to circle that here first. Sorry, and then there's also a negative 7y. Now, it's important that we keep that negative sign attached to 7y, right? Because we are subtracting it. And then what we have left, we notice, doesn't have any variables, right? There's a 5 and a negative 2. Those are what we call constant terms, right? A constant term is a term that does not contain a variable, right? And we see that here with the 5 and the negative 2. And I'm going to put those next to each other, right? And this is what I would maybe just recommend you guys doing for the first little bit. Go ahead and rewrite it or box them in. Use a triangle for one like term, a square for another. I don't know, a rectangle or, well, rectangle, square, that's a little close. Circle, squiggly underline, whatever you want to do to kind of notify yourself, hey, these are the ones that are like terms, and then maybe rewrite them next to each other. The importance of rewriting them next to each other is so that you can see, like, yeah, I'm subtracting this 2 from 5. I'm subtracting this 7y plus from this 2y. And our final step will just be to combine these, right? So I've got an x, I have one x here, and then another 3 x's. So how many x's does that leave me with? Well, that leaves me with 4 x's. I've got 2y and a negative 7y. So how many y's do I have? Well, I have negative 5y. And over here, I've got a 5 minus 2, which we know just off the top of our heads is equal to 3, positive 3. So that right there, and I'm actually going to go with the black here to circle. That right here is our answer, right? These cannot be combined anymore. This is totally simplified. Right? We don't know what x is. We don't know what y is, but we can reduce this expression to its simplest form. So let's move on to another problem here. I've got 3x plus 2m minus 14x plus 2x minus 4m plus 4 minus 2. Let's go through and let's identify our like terms. So I like starting off with the x's, or whichever is given to me first, right? So I'm going to say, well, I've got 3x here. I'm going to look through this and find any and every other x. So I've got a negative 14. I've got a positive 2x. All right, so that's it for those. Let's see, a positive 2m and a negative 4m. And it looks like our constant terms, we've got two of them, a positive 4 and a negative 2. So we can rewrite these. And let's put all of our like terms next to each other. I've got 3x minus 14x plus 2x, right? So I've used that 3x, I've used this 14x, I've used that 2x. Now I've got my m's, I've got plus 2m minus 4m, right? And it's important to remember I'm keeping those plus and minus signs with the appropriate terms. And finally, plus 4 minus 2. Once we get those in order like this, we can just combine those which are common, right? So I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to add all those together. I'm going to take these guys and add them all together. And finally, take these dudes over here and combine them. And that gives me, let's see, 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. And 5 minus 14, right? I've got 3 and 2 gives me 5. 5 plus a negative 14 here gives me that negative 9x. Minus, right, because this is going to be negative. 4m is negative. Positive 2, negative 2m. 4 minus 2 over here gives me plus 2. And there we go. This cannot be reduced any more. This is totally simplified. Totally simplified. Smiley face. He's a happy dude. All right, so what I would like for you to do now is go ahead and pause the video and do those practice problems. I think there's just 3 of them. Yeah, looking at lesson 94, we've got just 3 practice problems. Go ahead and do those. Pause this video, and then whenever you unpause it, the answers will be here so you can check and get started on your homework. All right, thanks, guys.